basically what I wanted to do was speak about a three-tiered issue that is currently in the music industry. And the first one is you have a separation that historically, from the inception of hip hop, has been there, but more so through the '90s and within the last decade, you have a group of individuals who are more fan oriented, and these individuals, for the most part, poo-poo off the artistic community because they want the fluff and the things that they could purchase and buy, the things that are trendy, that are dope, that corporate America thrusts upon them, that they are used to being programmed with. Then you have an artistic community, and this artistic community is more what I tend towards, and I feel more for, and that is a community of individuals who are anti-machine, are more anti-corporate, and I'll speak more about that in a second. But I wanted people to understand that I'm not anti anything, um, in this conversation. I'm actually looking for what a lot of salespeople would consider the win-win-win. When all three can win, you have something solid that is worth remembering. It holds great substance, and so the reason that I'm doing this video right now is because I've had some thoughts about whatever I've observed, the things that I've been around as an artist, as an MC, being around dancers, being around graffiti artists, being around um, DJs. Then also my experience of working 15 years for Fortune 500 corporations, and also my experience prior to that, even up to today, of being a fan of music, totally independent and separate of the artist community. So there's a three basic those three basic things: the artists, the fans, and the corporations, which are technically what we're dealing with here. And from on behalf of each of those entities, I want to say that there are pros and cons. And the reason I'm speaking right now is so, you have a lot of people that say, screw corporate America or screw the masses. And a lot of these are artists. These are purists and people who look at what they do. They come from the heart. They have concepts and ideas. They put it out there, but there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect with the fans, and there's also a disconnect with people who want to sell their music. And a lot of people will not sell your music if they don't think the fans are going to purchase it. So a lot of people will become upset at the fans and what the fans believe, or they start beginning an asymmetrical warfare against fans or against other belief systems that fans, that other artists have put out there in order for them to gain their fans, whether genuinely or not. I'm not saying that that's wrong, right, bad, or anything. I'm saying this happens. Okay, so in the artistic community, I believe what needs to happen, more artists need to recognize what the fans want without compromising their values and who they are. They need to make stronger statements and stance instead of bowing down not only to what the corporations want, but what fans in general are asking of them. Because I am a firm believer that the masses are not always. In fact, the masses are most often incorrect. Now, you may not like that I told you that, but that is something I believe personally as an artist. Okay, it's also watching lemmings run off of a cliff is a great example how the masses are not always correct. The earth being proclaimed flat by medieval scientists for years and then falsely laid to Christians, that's a whole nother subject. That in itself is a wrong of the masses. So the people can be wrong. The people can vote wrong. Okay? But something energizes the masses. And artists fail to make that connection. And because they fail to do so, then many times they become bitter. And then they become introverted. They lash out. They do things that further alienate themselves from selling records, from being part of a true fan base that they really could reach or that they would desire to reach. So artists, don't cut your nose off to spite your face. Now, working for corporate America for 15 years, I will say this, to them, dollar is king. So they will look at what the fans are doing because and what the fans want, because the fans purchase the music. And if the fan is purchasing the music, that is who the corporation is going to listen to. Now, if you can engage the fan as an artist, you will have more artistic leverage within the corporation or the business slash company, whatever it may be, entity that is putting you out. Your marketing, all of those things. Again, the corporations can screw up too, and there's a lot of bad companies out there. There's a lot of bad people running these companies. But because this happens, the corporations take a fall or a hit that is unnecessary. Now, sometimes those hits are necessary, and those are case-by-case scenarios. Now, the situation with the fans, they just know they like what they like. And fans can be unfair, fans can be biased, fans can grab onto other social ills and absorb them into themselves and regurgitate it as truth. And that's why you have so many people on the radio who are garbage and nonsense selling records. Because the fans and the masses are getting their information from places. Those places could be the internet, the news, their churches, their Masonic halls. It could be from their government. It can be from pep rallies, town hall meetings, friends, neighbors. It can come from any and everywhere. And whatever the social trends are, is why it is important as an artist and as a corporation to pay attention and to be mindful of those things. But there has to be a foundation amongst all three of these groups that are agreed upon in order to make this fashioned, this thing come in tight, so that everybody can benefit. Because right now, and over the past few decades, not everyone has been benefiting. And there are many great, brilliant artists out there that many people do not get to hear because of this issue and disconnect. So I'm engaging all of you guys to try to come up with ideas and think about the things that would help to make this come together full force, so that fans are happy, the business is happy, and the artist is happy. And when those three things can thrive together, you have a solid industry that's not at war with itself. And as a regional director for the International Hip Hop Parade, there's nothing more that I would like to see than for artists, business, fans, everybody to come together and do the right thing by each other and with each other. Still the way. Peace.